The Undercover Wall Street Wizard. My name is Elias Hawthorne, and for the better part of 2 decades, I've been living a double life. By day, or rather by the quiet routines of retirement, I was the unassuming uncle in a modest Boston brownstone, the kind with creaky wooden floors and a small garden out back where I pretended to fuss over tomatoes that never quite ripened. My neighbors knew me as the guy who walked his rescue dog Max every morning at dawn, nodding politely at joggers and sipping black coffee from a chipped mug. But behind closed doors, in a soundproofed home office lined with multiple monitors and encrypted servers, I was still very much in the game. As a senior hedge fund manager at Vanguard Capital Partners, I pulled in $45,000 a month after taxes, mind you, overseeing a portfolio that danced in the billions. Derivatives, equities, high-frequency trades. I orchestrated symphonies of money that could make or break economies overnight. Why the secrecy? It started as a personal choice after my sister, my nephew's mother, passed away from cancer 10 years ago. She'd always worried about her son, Tyler, getting spoiled by the family wealth that never quite materialized on her side. Our parents had been blue-collar folks from Quincy, scraping by in the shipyards. I clawed my way up through Harvard on scholarships and sheer grit, landing on Wall Street during the dot-com boom. Tyler, now 28 and climbing the corporate ladder at a mid-tier investment firm in New York, saw me as the relic of that humble past, Uncle Eli, the retired accountant who clipped coupons and watched Jeopardy reruns. I let him believe it. It kept things simple, kept him grounded. Or so I thought. The invitation came via email one crisp October afternoon while I was reviewing quarterly reports on my laptop, Max snoring at my feet. Uncle Eli. It read, "I've got this black tie gala coming up in Manhattan. It's hosted by my boss's family, the Vanderbilts, no joke, distant relatives of the old railroad tycoons. They're loaded, like Forbes list loaded. I'd love for you to come as my plus one. It'll be fun. Fine wine, art auctions, the works. Just blend in, no pressure." I chuckled to myself. Blend in as the poor relative. That's what he meant, even if he didn't say it outright. Tyler had always been a good kid, but ambitious to a fault. He landed his job at Sterling Investments through sheer hustle, interning unpaid for months before getting a foot in the door. His boss, Reginald Vanderbilt III, Reggie to his inner circle, was a silver spoon type, heir to a fortune built on real estate and private equity. The gala was at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, a fundraiser for some nebulous arts and culture initiative that probably funneled money back into their tax shelters. Tyler wanted to impress, and bringing along his folksy uncle from Boston would make him look relatable, grounded. Little did he know. I accepted, of course. Why not? It'd be a chance to dust off my tuxedo, the one from Savile Row, custom fitted during a vacation that was actually a Davos summit. I packed light, a carry-on with the suit, polished Oxfords, and a vintage Rolex I'd bought after closing a 9-figure deal in '08. No flashy cufflinks. I went with simple silver ones to sell the retiree vibe. The Amtrak ride down to Penn Station was uneventful, giving me time to skim market news on my phone. Stocks were volatile, tech bubbling, energy dipping. I made a mental note to adjust some positions come Monday. Tyler met me at the station, all smiles in his rented BMW. "Uncle Eli, you made it. Man, you look comfortable." He eyed my wool coat, probably from Macy's, and clapped me on the back. "The gala's at the Met, black tie, so I hope you brought something sharp." I dug out my old wedding suit. I lied, grinning. Should do the trick. We grabbed dinner at a Greasy Spoon near his midtown apartment. His choice, to keep it real. Over burgers, he prepped me like I was a rookie actor. The Vanderbilts are big on art. Gloria, Reggie's wife, collects impressionists. If they ask about paintings, just say you like Norman Rockwell or something folksy. In finance, stick to basics. No need to dive deep. They're pros. I nodded, suppressing a laugh. Norman Rockwell? I'd once outbid a Saudi prince for a Monet at Sotheby's. But sure, folksy it is. Got it, kid. I'll be the quiet uncle in the corner. The night of the gala arrived with a chill in the air, the kind that makes Manhattan streets gleam under sodium lights. The Met was transformed. Red carpets, spotlights, valets whisking away Lamborghinis and Teslas. Tyler and I stepped out of an Uber, his insistence to avoid seeming flashy, and joined the throng of tuxedos and gowns. He introduced me to his date, a sharp-eyed analyst named Sarah, who gave me a polite once-over. Inside, the great hall buzzed with chatter. Crystal chandeliers cast diamonds of light on marble floors. Waiters glided with champagne flutes and caviar canapes. Tyler spotted Reggie Vanderbilt across the room. Mid-50s, salt and pepper hair, exuding that effortless wasp confidence. Beside him, Gloria, dripping in emeralds, air-kissed socialites. Their son, Preston, a Harvard undergrad, hovered nearby, looking bored in his bespoke suit. "Reggie, Gloria, this is my uncle, Elias Hawthorne from Boston," Tyler said, beaming. Reggie shook my hand firmly. "Pleasure, Elias. Tyler speaks highly of you. Retired, eh? What line of work?" "Accounting," I said modestly. "Nothing fancy. Balanced books for small firms back in the day." Gloria smiled thinly. "How quaint. Boston's so historic. Do you collect art, Elias?" "Oh, a bit. I like those Saturday Evening Post covers. Norman Rockwell, real American stuff." Preston snorted into his champagne. "Rockwell? That's like collecting comic books." Tyler shot him a look, but I waved it off. "Hey, art's subjective, right? What do you folks fancy?" Gloria launched into a monologue about her latest acquisition, a Degas sketch bought for 7 figures at Christie's. I nodded along, asking naive questions like, "Is that the guy who painted ballerinas? How do you know it's real?" They chuckled indulgently, exchanging glances that screamed, "Poor relative." Tyler relaxed, thinking his plan was working. We mingled. The auction started in the Egyptian wing, amid sarcophagi and obelisks. Bids flew for a Picasso sketch, $2 million. A Warhol print, $800K. I sipped my drink, pretending awe. Gosh, that's more than my house cost. At the bar, I overheard Reggie chatting with a group. His financial advisor, Marcus Hale, a slick 40-something from Goldman Sachs alum. "Markets are tricky, tech's overvalued, but crypto? Hale says it's the future." Marcus nodded. "Absolutely. NFTs, DeFi, it's revolutionizing portfolios." I couldn't resist. Feigning curiosity, I sidled up. "Excuse me, fellas, overheard you talking markets. I'm no expert, but what's this crypto thing? Like Bitcoin? Sounds risky." Reggie laughed. "Elias, right? Yeah, risky if you don't know the game. Marcus manages our family office. Billions in assets. He's the wizard." Marcus eyed me patronizingly. "It's about blockchain, sir. Decentralized finance. Ever hear of Ethereum?" "Oh, sure," I said, scratching my head. "But isn't it volatile? I mean, back in my day, we stuck to blue chips." The group chuckled. Preston joined in. "Blue chips? Like poker? Come on, old-timer." Tyler pulled me aside, whispering, "Uncle, maybe lay low on the finance talk." But the conversation pulled me back. Reggie asked Marcus about trends. "What's your play on inflation? Fed's hiking rates again." Marcus puffed up. "Diversify into commodities, gold, oil, and shorts on over-leveraged tech." I bit my tongue, but a woman in the group, Reggie's sister, Vivian, turned to me. "What do you think, Elias? Any retiree wisdom?" Everyone smirked, expecting folksy nonsense. I paused, then said casually, "Well, if I were still in the game, and I'm not, mind you, I'd watch the yield curve. Inverted like it is, recession incoming. Short the NASDAQ, long on treasuries.
And crypto. Bubble waiting to pop, unless regulated. But what do I know? I'm just an old accountant. Silence. Reggie frowned. Yield curve? That's astute? Where'd you pick that up? Newspapers. The Wall Street Journal's got good puzzles, too. Marcus stared. Wait, that sounds familiar. You remind me of someone. Elias Hawthorne? From Vanguard Capital? The room seemed to tilt. Tyler's eyes whitened. Uncle Eli? Vanguard? I sighed, setting down my glass. Time to drop the bomb. Guilty as charged. Senior manager at Vanguard Partners. Oversee about $12 billion in assets. That $45K monthly, it's my salary, not pension. And Marcus, I mentored you back in '05 during your internship at Goldman. You were the kid who botched that arbitrage model, remember? I fixed it over coffee. Jaws dropped. Marcus went pale. Mr. Hawthorne? The Elias Hawthorne? The one who called the '08 crash months early? Reggie sputtered. You're a legend. Tyler, why didn't you say? Tyler stammered. I thought he was retired. The condescension evaporated like morning fog. Gloria clutched my arm. Elias, darling, you must tell us more. That Dega, was it a goodbye? Preston, suddenly respectful. Sir, how do you see AI stocks? I've got a thesis due. Vivian, our family trust, it's underperforming. Advice? They begged, desperation in their eyes. Reggie offered his card. Lunch tomorrow? Pick your brain? I smiled. Sure, but remember, even wizards retire someday. The night blurred into handshakes and toasts. Tyler drove me back, shell-shocked. Uncle, why hide it? Kept you humble, kid. Now, let's talk your career. I've got connections. As the city lights faded, I leaned back content. The wizard had emerged, and the spell was broken. But thrived. My bonus that year, 7 figures. But I banked it quietly, investing in low-key real estate and index funds. My sister, Anna, was proud but cautious. Eli, don't let the money change you, she'd say. She married a teacher, had Tyler, and lived modestly in a suburb outside Boston. When cancer took her in 2015, Tyler was 18, heading to college on loans and scholarships. I paid his tuition anonymously through a foundation grant. He never knew. I retired publicly that year. At least, that's what I told family. In reality, Vanguard let me work remotely, a ghost in the machine. $45,000 a month for part-time genius? I'd be a fool to quit. Life in the brownstone was peaceful. Mornings, dog walk, coffee, market scans. Afternoons, calls with traders, adjusting positions. Evenings, books, PBS documentaries. Tyler visited occasionally, sharing his struggles at Sterling Investments. Boss is tough, uncle. These rich kids get ahead on connections. I'd nod sympathetically. Hard work pays off, Ty. Hang in there. Chapter 2. The Invitation. The email pinged while I was in a virtual meeting with my team, debating Eurozone debt. Tyler's words jumped out. Gala, Manhattan, blend in. I excused myself from the call, family matter, and replied yes. Preparing was fun. I chose the tux from my closet's formal section, next to suits from Milan Fashion Weeks I'd attended incognito. No limo, Amtrak it was. On the train, I reviewed the Vanderbilts via a quick mental recall. I'd crossed paths with Reggie at a conference years ago, but he wouldn't remember the quiet quant in the back. Arriving in New York, the energy hit me like a trade floor bell. Tyler's apartment was a shoebox in Hell's Kitchen, posters of motivational quotes on the walls. Sarah, his date, was impressive. Wharton grad, sharp wit. Over pizza, his choice again, they briefed me. Don't mention politics, Sarah said. Gloria's a donor of both parties. Got it. Stick to weather and sports. Chapter 3. Arrival at the Gala. The Met loomed like a palace. Security checked invites. Flashbulbs popped. Inside, the air smelled of perfume and old money. Orchestral music swelled. Tyler introduced me around. Bankers, lawyers, a senator or two. Reggie was the centerpiece, holding court. Elias, welcome. Tyler's our rising star. What do you make of this economy? Times are tough, I said vaguely. Gas prices, am I right? Laughter. Gloria steered us to the art display. This Renoir, exquisite, no? Looks nice. Kind of blurry, though. Preston rolled his eyes. It's Impressionism, Grandpa. I let it slide. Munching hors d'oeuvres. A silent auction bid sheet caught my eye. A yacht weekend for $50K. I could buy the yacht, but I bid $100K anonymously for laughs. Chapter 4. The Build-Up. As the evening progressed, groups formed. I wandered, eavesdropping on deals. At one cluster, Marcus Hale was pontificating on ESG investing. I knew him well, had recommended him for his first big promotion after fixing his model. He didn't recognize me with the retiree glasses I wore. Tyler pulled me to a quiet corner. Having fun? Loads. These folks are something. Then the market talk heated up. Reggie. Sed's pivoting. Bull market forever? Marcus. Load up on FANG stocks. I interjected mildly. What about interest rates? Higher for longer could crush growth. Heads turned. Vivian. Explain, Elias. I played it down. Just reading the tea leaves. Bond yields tell stories. Reggie pressed. Stories? Like what? Chapter 5. The Revelation. It snowballed. I dropped hints, Black-Scholes model flaws, volatility smiles, until Marcus snapped his fingers. Hawthorne? Vanguard's Elias Hawthorne? The guy who mentored me? Bingo. The floodgates opened. Reggie, billions under management? Tyler, your uncle is a titan. Gloria, you must advise our foundation. Preston, teach me options trading. Tyler, uncle? Wow. They clustered notebooks out, figuratively. I dispensed wisdom. Diversify, but don't chase trends. Patience wins. Chapter 6. Aftermath. The gala ended late. In the Uber back, Tyler apologized. I underestimated you. No harm. Keeps life interesting. Next day, lunch with Reggie. Deals discussed, connections made. Tyler got a promotion soon after, my subtle nudge.